film. There's going to be fireworks. Let's start the show! Welcome to the show. We've got a great show for you tonight. I tell you, I couldn't be more excited if I was a maggot about to crawl into Matt Hancock's ear. Yep, the former health secretary is about to appear on this year's I'm a Celebrity. There he is, arriving in Australia. You think, has Hancock forgotten he's got a job as an MP? I mean, I suppose it's possible. I mean, for months he had forgotten he was married. It's been reported he's getting 400 grand for doing the show. I know. I mean, that's even more money than his mate in the pub got for that dodgy PPE contract, isn't it? It is. Matt Hancock will be staying in. Dense and incredibly thick. Just two of the things producers have called him. Personally, I think I speak for the nation when I say Matt Hancock should be given the sack. And when he's finished eating that, the testicles and penis. Hey, let's get some guests on! Later, we'll have music from British rap star Loyle Carner. Yeah. And we'll be joined by two of the stars of the new Black Panther film, Wakanda Forever, Winston Duke and Michaela Cole. But first, he's an actor, director, and author who's now written the book that no one wanted to read. He's not the first. It's Richard Ayoade. Since their breakthrough performance as Princess Diana in The Crown, this actor has been one of the UK's hottest rising talents. Now starring in Lady Chatterley's Lover, it's Emma Corrin! I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. I don't know what's right, what's wrong. And he won an Emmy nomination and a BAFTA for his performance as Connell in the hit drama Normal. It's Paul Mescal! Welcome all, lovely to see you all. Yeah, suited and booted, it's good. Yeah.
I was saying we kind of look like we're about to do our first day of secondary school.
Yeah. Right. I'm the supply teacher. I'm not as fun as I look. Emma Corrin, though, you have become this sort of fashion icon. You like, what do you have? I mean, you know, we've got a picture. This is, it's a goldfish in a bag, but then if you look, probably on telly you can't see this.
There are eyes.
There's a face in there.
But I didn't see that until I looked at a picture of it. I didn't know that when I was wearing it.
And, I mean, is it clever that it looks like a plastic bag tied to your shoulder, or is it a plastic bag tied to your shoulder?
Arguably both. I don't know.
Is the face a cat?
No, so a lot of...
Big eye, nose.
A lot of people have said Dora. No, not Dora, that's the Explorer. What's the, the one from Nemo?
It's funny, because she has no memory.
Dora.
No, that's the fish.
Who is it, Dora?
Dora.
The girl who looks...
Dory. Dory.
No, that's the fish.
No, Dory is the one I'm
Dory's
thinking
the fish.
Dory's the fish.
Dora, yeah. Yeah.
And now, so with a dress like that, do they bring it to you and go, we've got this idea, you're going to wear a goldfish in a bag.
Yeah.
Off you go. Or do you sometimes got to go, not sure I'm going with the goldfish in a bag?
No, I actually sort of love the weirder, the better.
Does it get to the point, is it like a challenge, is it like a dare?
There's sort of like a bit of one-upmanship.
Let's see if we can make them say no.
Yeah. Kind of we're always striving for an article in the Daily Mail that really doesn't get it. It's kind of what we're always,
All articles in the Daily Mail.
It's like epically confused by whatever I'm wearing. It's quite fun.
And weirdly, not weirdly, I'm just saying, Paul Mescal, also a fashion icon. Well, you are.
Am I?
Yes.
I mean,
thanks to normal people, those shorts, the O'Neill shorts, come on.
Different kind of...
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Now, that's them in the wild.
Yes.
But then I mean, they did become... Like, you changed O'Neill's fortunes.
Yes.
And I love this idea. So, Paul very kindly signed a pair of the shorts to raise money for the local GAA club. And they were put into a raffle. And I think we've got a picture of the man with the winning ticket. There he is. Paul Ryan, his name is. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Were they already framed? Or did he choose to frame them?
No, they... Good question.
And also, what size are they?
They're 34.
And
No,
also,
they're not.
They are. They're just pressed against the glass.
Had you worn
That
them?
man's very
I
small.
haven't worn those.
You haven't worn them?
That man's very small. He's like here.
Yeah. That's Noel Ryan. Apparently, because obviously when he won, then all the papers came, and he claimed he'd never seen...
No, this is Curragh Clare GA Club, where my dad is from. So Noel knows my granny. He told my granny, I've never seen the show. But it's up on his wall now, so...
Yeah. Oh. What was second prize?
Probably better than the shorts.
And now, Richard, is there anyone on the couch you'd like to apologise to?
No.
Are you
Apart
sure?
from maybe myself. For being too hard on myself sometimes.
Actually, weirdly, because there was a lockdown BAFTA Awards, and normally the BAFTA Awards are in some big theatre, but in the lockdown they were in this studio, weren't they?
Yes. Once no one could come, they felt it was safe to ask me to host. So, yes, it was here. I killed the atmosphere a bit more than...
Clip. This is the end of the winner for Best Actor, Paul Mescal. Here he is finishing his speech.
I'm probably forgetting people and I'm incredibly nervous. So, my mum and dad at home, I love you. So thank you. I don't know what else to say.
What an absolute bastard. Yeah, I stand by that. Your entire energy was toxic.
I do remember leaving and just being like, Richard Ayoade just called me bastard.
And actually, Michaela Cole's coming on later.
Yeah.
You met her at the...
I met her. She gave a beautifully eloquent speech and had clearly seen my shambles of a speech and was like, next time you should write a speech. So, yeah, it was, yeah.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned, exactly.
Let's start with our first film tonight. Paul Mescal brings us After Sun. It's in cinemas from the 18th of November. So this is Charlotte Wells, Scottish director. It's her debut film. So who do you play? How do you describe the film?
Dad, he's a young man, just recently turned 30. But it's basically a film about Sophie and Callum on holidays in Turkey. And as the film progresses, you start to understand that maybe there's something going on beneath the surface with him in terms of his mental health. And it's also kind of Sophie's reflection on her relationship with her father as well.
Yeah, because you keep seeing little flashes of her in the future.
Exactly, yeah.
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 And is it Charlotte Wells's... Is it her life or is it not her life?
Charlotte always puts it as like it's an autobiographical work of fiction, which is the line I've been using.
OK, very good.
It's, no, but work of fiction. It's a good line. It gets me out of a lot of trouble with it.
Sort of true. I think that's what it means. Yeah, sort of true.
Sort of true, but...
sort of true, but don't shoot me if it's not. Listen, we've got a little clip. This is you, as Callum, showing Sophie, your daughter, some of your dad dancing.
Yes.
So, Paul, are you a natural mover?
I'm a natural dad dancer.
Now, Richard, you go clubbing, don't you?
Well, look. This is a rare night off for me. No, I've never been to a club.
Really?
Never?
There wasn't even a gasp from the audience. There wasn't a gasp. The audience just, as one went, uh-huh. It's just, of course, why would I go to a club? I have records at home.
Fair enough.
Do you dance to them at home?
I put them on, and I make sure they're not scratched. So I just watch that record while it's spinning.
A record dances in a way.
I'm basically like a lifeguard.
Emma dancing?
No. No.
They don't believe you.
No, see, we've got this clip.
No.
Oh, I think they do have this clip. You just said no.
Pretty
willing
sure
it
we
away.
do. No, this is you, and I presume it's your brother, and you're doing a fabulous performance of Viva La Vida, Coldplay.
yeah.
So I feel, and see if you can spot this, I feel someone in the house maybe isn't enjoying the performance as much as you and your brother. Here we go. You've got the moves and everything. Oh, not the camera. Yeah. I feel like they should cut to your father with like a cigarette at this moment. Was that a fire alarm, or did the neighbours break in?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a smoke alarm.
A smoke alarm.
Smoke alarm, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the real star of this is actually here. Yeah,
Where's
yeah.
Hey.
Where's your brother? Oh, there he is! Oh, he's all grown up.
Yeah.
What's his name?
John T.
John T.
John T, yeah. We all have the same face. It's like genetics gone mad.
And is that your mom?
That's my mum, yeah.
Oh, hello. Hello. Lovely to see you. I love to see you. Now, I feel bad talking about you because you're right there, but this is a weird thing. So, your mother, I mean, you played Princess Diana because you look like Diana, but your mother...
Yeah.
Are you trying to recast the crown?
I'm not sure. I don't want to spoil it for you, Richard.
I thought it was like Back to the Future. I heard it was a fictional autobiography.
Anything's possible.
But to the point where it was kind of a sensation when Diana was at the height of her fame.
Yeah, so when... I thought, yeah, it's weird that you're here, but I'm telling a story. But, so when Diana passed away, the next day, my mum was commuting to work. And let me know if I'm telling this wrong. She was commuting to work, and she was in Cannon Street Station. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Cannon Street Station at a sort of pub cafe. Yeah. And yeah, someone, a guy walked in, and he sort of passed out because he thought that she was Princess Diana.
I mean, seriously, somebody fainted.
Nearly fainted. I said I would exaggerate and say that he fainted, but apparently he nearly fainted, according to Mum.
He just got a knee wobble when he said
It was probably...
Yeah.
I love to see you. It's rare we have family members from Clips in the audience. I wish I could take credit and say we'd produced this item brilliantly, but no, Emma brought them. Now, talking of parents, Richard, you grew up in Ipswich?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
But your parents,
yes.
how did they meet? Because it seems unlikely they would have met.
Well, my mum was Norwegian, my dad was Nigerian. My dad fixed TVs, and in a scenario that sounds dodgy, he fixed my mum's TV. Now, there wasn't funk music playing. It was a legitimate call-out, and they connected. And he connected the TV. So that's how they met.
But did they meet in Ipswich, or did they move there?
Oh, no one meets in Ipswich.
OK.
So they were both in London. Thanks for reminding me of my biography, because I drifted. They met in London. They both lived in London.
And yet
I've got to work on this story.
They chose to go to Ipswich?
Well, again, do we choose Ipswich, or does Ipswich choose us? They left London just because they wanted to move somewhere a bit more exciting.
Of course.
And also just for the culture.
And, Paul, did you base this character in Aftersun on your dad?
Not directly, but probably, like, I don't have anyone else to really base my dad off, or a dad off other than my dad, really. So he's probably in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
And did he get you into acting? Is that the story?
Well, my dad used to do a bit of... He's a school teacher, but used to act as well when I was growing up. And I remember when I was about 7 or 8, he was like, I'm doing this play. It was a play called Geoffrey Bernard is Unwell.
Oh, yeah.
And it was an excuse. I always found like going to the theatre and the cinema when I was young was an excuse to get chips and like nice food and soft drinks. So I went along and I was bitterly disappointed that he wasn't in the play. It was like a one-man play with like loads of crazy costumes. And I only realised towards the very end of the play that he was like wearing like fake beards and eyes and yeah. So
Now, either your father's a brilliant actor
Fake
or you
beard.
were a bit thick.
no. I was just focusing on the Maltesers. I was like, yeah, this is great.
No sign of Dad.
Yeah, I was really thick.
And now, where did the music come from?
Where did the music come from? Well, my mum and dad actually met on stage doing Pirates of Penzance.
Hello.
Wow.
Yeah.
My mum was one of the maids and my dad was the Pirate King.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Hell yeah.
Here I am. So,
No, I say that because you are a great singer, and we've heard you sing, and now there's this clip that has been out in the world. How is it out in the world? Did the school release it or something? So this is a school production of Phantom of the Opera.
the first ever amateur production in
You're the
Ireland.
Phantom?
I was the Phantom.
Stop. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, remember, this is a school production. I don't know what school you went to, but the production values, I think, are quite high. I think probably people have seen professional productions. Sure. Not as good. So this is Paul Mescal as... Oh, now, do you remember the name of the lady who...
Jessica Hackett.
Jessica Hackett. It was on the tip of my tongue. I knew her. It's Paul Mescal and Jessica Hackett in Phantom of the Opera. Enjoy. Look at this. Come on. Look at this.
Is that real fire?
No, it's like a...
Oh, like a screw.
Look at that mask.
I'm guessing that's a wig.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, I hope she doesn't faint. She might faint. I hope she doesn't faint.
Look how long my hands are.
You're both feeling it so much.
Oh, no, I think she's getting a bit faint. She might go... She's got... oh! But I was watching... So, famously, Phantom of the Opera, at the end of Act 1, a chandelier comes crashing down to the stage.
That's what it's supposed to come, like swooping in,
Yeah.
big dramatic moment.
Yeah.
But that's where the production values, we'd use them all on the like candles, clearly.
Yes.
But we did have a kind of ramshackle.
I'll tell you what, I fast-forwarded. Here is... So talk us through this. So you went for slow motion.
Well, we didn't have an option because that's how fast it moved.
To the stage.
So these guys are giving it their all.
Yeah.
Oh, no! Look at them, they're so good.
Every single word we have.
It's still going.
Yeah, still going.
No.
But then it hits a second. Wait, and it's hitting the stage now. There you go. Very good. Very good.
I know, they just built it in the school hall.
That was evocative and safe.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, let's move on, because Emma Corrin brings us a brand new adaptation of Lady Chatterley's Lover. It's a live on Netflix from the 2nd of December. So I guess, Emma, if someone's been living on a rock, they are unaware of Lady Chatterley's Lover, the book, the film. Who are you? And describe the story.
I play Constance Chatterley, and she gets married, and it's just before the First World War. And her husband is injured in the war, and he comes back, and he's been crippled and is paralysed. Yeah, and so he takes her back to his... This is quite... I realised I've started in quite a lot of detail. Now I'm just going to do the whole thing.
I'll stop you when you get to the end.
Yes. But he takes her back to this estate in the countryside, and it's fast-forwarding. And, yeah, and then she's on a walk one day in the forest and meets a gamekeeper. And they just become really platonic friends, actually.
They connected.
Yeah. And that's it, really.
Well, look, I'll tell you what, we've got a clip. This is you and that gamekeeper, Mellors, played by Jack O'Connell. And this isn't your first meeting in the woods. It's later on. Yeah.
I've been waiting for you.
Don't you think folks will become suspicious if you keep coming here? Imagine how lowered you'd feel, you, with your husband's gamekeeper. I bloody well am, yeah. Not what people think of me. my lady. But if you were to ever feel sorry for what we'd been...
We have to be quick.
And there we leave it. Yeah. Lord of mercy. Wow. Gamekeeper Mellors. And tell me this, because, you know, this has been adapted before. What was it about this version and that role that kind of made you think, yes, I'm going to do this?
I think it was partly because when I got the script, Law, our director, was already attached, and she'd done an amazing film called The Mustang, which, if you haven't seen, you must. It's incredible. And then also when I was reading the script, the dancing, there's this crazy scene where they both dance naked in the rain, and for some reason I was like, yeah, sign me up. Yeah.
Was it as much fun as you thought it was going to be, dancing in the rain?
It was certainly...
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
OK.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in filmmaking, often it's sort of, you know, it's pretend. Profound statement. And it's quite rare that you're actually in a situation where you are literally thinking, feeling exactly as your character would be. And I think being completely bolloco in the middle of, like, the Welsh countryside with, like, 6 rain machines and just, like, running around. Like, there's nothing didn't have to fake anything. You were just feeling it, and it was quite amazing, yeah.
I thought the grass looked quite dry. Was it uncomfortable? No, hence, thanks for the rain.
That's what you were concentrating on.
No, I was just aware, I'd read you saying that, oh, this was, you know, really looking forward to, and I thought, well, that might have hurt their feet and legs running through that dry grass.
You know, I can't remember. I think I was
that's
so
good. I'm wrong.
focused.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm a fool. Yes. I've overthought it. Now, tell me, because there is naked running around in the rain, and you and Mellors really connect. So, I mean, has your mother and brother seen this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it awkward afterwards, or did speak?
No, we did speak, yeah. I think Mum was in tears as it ended, which I don't know how to take that, but... a jaunty scientist sent me, like, a sort of very succinct message, which is like, Emma, really great film, here are my 5 favourite moments, and just listed them. I think one of them was, like, really loved the shrubbery in the greenhouse.
I think I watch a film like Jaunty.
Yeah.
Did you notice the dry grass? Did you notice the dry grass? Yes. Yeah. And now, here's the thing. Actors, of course, need all sorts of skills. So what's the story, Paul? So you can drive?
I do drive, yes.
You have a licence?
I do now have a licence.
Oh, OK.
Yeah.
OK.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you didn't, did you?
I didn't. Part of the stipulation for normal people was that I had to be able to drive. And the casting director's like, you can drive. And I was like, yeah, I can drive. But that wasn't really a lie, because I could drive, I just wasn't legally allowed to drive. So...
Did they not ask for your licence?
They did, and I didn't have it, so I was able to get, in time for filming, my learner's permit. So it was really embarrassing that I couldn't drive the car by myself. So Daisy, thankfully, had a driver's licence, so I had to be... if Daisy wasn't in the car...
You could drive, but you had yet to have a learner's permit.
Yeah.
So you could drive before you started learning?
Yeah. You can't... Like, my dad taught me to drive in West Clare, so it's like...
Rookie drivers in shorts.
Yeah, just kind of cruising around. Yeah, exactly.
But also, there was a weird thing in Ireland, you're too young to remember this, that there was such a long delay. The line to get a driving test was so long that they thought, we'll never clear this backlog. So if you'd had 2... provisional licences, this learner's permit. If you had 2, you just got a licence.
No.
Yeah.
There's a whole generation of drivers in Ireland, and boy, do you know it, who never passed the test.
Drive.
I can drive. I look like a non-driver. I appreciate that, but I can actually drive, yeah.
Nice. Did you get did you pass first time?
They're loving his driving.
I did pass first time, only 2 minor points, one for a comfort shunt in a bay. That's a technical term. It's when you go into a bay and you come slightly out and you go back in. It's a comfort shunt. I will never forget the phrase that the man used. He said, "I've had to mark you down 1 point for a comfort shunt." I said, "The test is over." That's what I said to him.
What was the second markdown?
Oh, I
After
ran a red
that,
light.
nothing.
I didn't know, I just heard comfort shunt, and I just thought, I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you killed a man. Now, Richard Ayoade has written a children's book. Yes. It's called The Book That No One Wanted to Read.
Okay, yes.
And it's out now.
Yes.
So,
it's a preemptive strike on critics.
Yes, it's good.
Also, I should say that Tor Freeman, the great Tor Freeman, did the illustrations, so... which I can praise.
Yeah, and they are great. I mean, really, really. But it's I was saying to you backstage, it is such a... I imagine if I was, you know, a kid, I would love this book.
Well, you're very kind.
It's really funny. It's written from the point of view of a book.
Yes, that's right.
Talk us through that.
Well... I mean, first and foremost, it was a commercial decision. Well, I was going to the library with my wife, Lydia, who is here also. She's here. Thank you. But she will not be filmed.
No,
she's here.
The light sort of came up and then just went right back down again.
I can feel her going, don't. So we were going to the library and we were writing, and I'd see all these books which had never been taken out or had only been taken out last time in 1930, this whole slightly fusty library. And I started to feel sorry for these books, and I thought, you know, maybe they're feeling bad, like I'm not interesting, no one's engaging with me. So that's where the idea came from. It's not autobiographical, no.
Autobiographical.
It's autobiographical.
I had to imagine what it was like to not be popular. Let me tell you, that wasn't easy.
Obviously, it's a book for children. If people are watching now,
Yeah.
what sort of age range is it aimed at?
Well, I should have done my research, but I don't know. I think 8 and over is fine. Or under 8. I think everyone.
If they can't read it, they'll grow into it.
Yes, the point is, if you've got money, the book's for you.
Very quickly, Emma Corrin returning to the stage in a new production of Orlando, going to be in the West End. This is the Virginia Woolf novel.
Yeah.
Is this the first time it's been adapted for the stage?
I think officially, yeah.
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 What can people expect?
God, a lot of fun and a lot of sort of... I think it will really make you think sort of existentially, but in a fun way. Yeah. You know, explores all the big questions of who am I and who do I love, you know, the things we wake up thinking every morning.
Yeah, that kind of
thing.
stuff. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that is at the Garrick from the 26th of November to the 25th of February. But, Paul Mescal, you are also about to appear in a very iconic play, A Streetcar Named Desire. It's at the... might be sold out already.
I think so. There might be more tickets coming on the line that I don't even know. Like, I might
Say
get in trouble
that,
for
say
saying. There's
that,
going to be more tickets, I think.
Google it. Yeah.
Mine is not
They're going to
sold
knock
out.
through, they're going to build an
Yeah.
extension.
Yeah, exactly.
You can sit in somebody's lap. So you both literally come from rehearsal rooms.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, was it a very grueling day?
A very grueling day, yes, yes.
Are you off book yet or anything?
Absolutely not, no.
OK.
Yeah.
I'm nearly.
Ooh!
Nearly, yeah.
Emma's better,
Yeah,
much better.
much
She's
better.
much better.
I should just leave.
Everyone says
Rock
so,
you in.
yes. Have you been doing anything today, Richard?
Well, it was bin day today. It's nice when it goes, isn't it? It's a wake up.
You're off book for that.
Oh, very much so. I saw them take it, and they did a good job.
Excellent. Well done. Well, listen, good luck with
you.
both of the plays. And, of course,
you.
Richard's The Book That No One Wanted to Read is out now. OK. It's time to meet our next guest. The 2018 Marvel hit Black Panther broke box office records and became the first superhero film to be nominated for Best Picture Oscar. Now, starring the highly anticipated sequel, Wakanda Forever, it's Winston Duke and Michaela Cole! Oh! Hello! Cool suit. Very nice.
Well, I'm coming from the Graham Norton show.
I tell you, welcome to both of you.
Very stylish.
Yeah, well, you know, fashion icons. We were talking about it earlier. Yeah, yeah.
Drinking on set, I have to say, that's a risk. Risky. That's a little risky. What do you want to know?
Okay. So, Michaela, do you know everybody?
Yes, it's my first time meeting Emma. Have we spoken outside of, like, BAFTA? No.
Obviously, very memorably. But no.
Okay, great.
But if you had, you would have known.
There you go.
Because I would have said something very powerful that would have stayed with you for the rest of your life.
Or just bizarre.
Oh, maybe.
You've just come for the premiere. How was it?
Incredible. The crowd here is just unlike anywhere else.
Wow. And Michaela, did you have family here at the premiere?
Yes, my mum is here. Two of my cousins are here. My mum is very proud.
Friday, the 11th of November, and here's a taste of what to expect.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
His people did not call him general or king. They called him Kukulkan, the feather serpent god. Killing him will risk eternal war.
He's coming for the surface world.
Good, right? It's everything you want. And I think a lot of people going into this film will be wondering, you know, what will it be like without Chadwick Boseman? And I must say, I think the film, it handles it beautifully. It doesn't fudge it at all. It's just, it's, you know, central to the
It's about grief. So the movie is deep. Hard it is, and that it's messy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. There's no beautiful, pretty, perfect way through, and you're changed forever from it. All the characters are, you know, the entire culture of Wakanda, the Wakanda that you all, you know, grew to love is now changed because of this huge loss.
But you are back. You're back as M'Baku, and you've got a bigger role this time.
Yes, I'm doing a lot more noises, a lot more humor.
And I love that there's a British connection to M'Baku. He is inspired by...
The one and only Brian Blessed.
It's Brian Blessed in Flash Gordon.
It looks exactly like M'Baku, actually.
I mean, you can kind of see it.
Yeah,
you can kind of see it.
Completely.
But really, so you...
Yeah, so I loved Brian Blessed in Flash. This is what that's from. So that's from the Flash Gordon movie. And the function is really similar. The function of his character, that Hawkman character, is so similar where he's like... You know, he doesn't want to help. He's all about his people. He's all about doing his own thing. And then he comes in triumphantly at the end. So I remembered that character, and I just loved how he did it. So it worked its way into how I made.
And I imagine Brian Blessed was very jealous of the barking, because the barking...
You didn't do
apparently that follows you around.
Yeah, it's a public bathrooms everywhere. They don't... I just don't understand what they think is going to happen. Why they think instead of maybe just saying, hey, Winston, I love your work, they just go, oh, oh, oh. You know, in the bathroom. Or, like, serving food. It's the most awkward places.
Do you do it back at them, or do you just...
Of course.
OK. That's why they do it.
I mean,
You're encouraging it.
It's call and response. Who am I to not respond to the call?
And, Michaela, you're new. You're a new character. Who do you play?
I play Aneka, and she's in the Dora Milaje. She is a rebellious, carefree, jovial spirit, and first and foremost on her list of priorities are her sisters in the Dora Milaje, and that kind of goes above and beyond bureaucracy, the general mission of Wakanda itself. She's very focused on the individual, which means she's willing to do what other people maybe aren't.
And you are kick-ass in this thing. I mean, you let rip. Did you like all of that? Was that
kind of in your wheelhouse?
You know, I didn't know it wasn't, and I never even... I just assumed that there'd be somebody else to do all of the fighting. And then it was like, no, boot camp starts. I was like, boot who? And it was every day with the Dora Milaje, training in the sweltering heat with sticks and spears, learning fight choreography. I had never done anything like that in my life. I didn't even think I would be doing it myself.
But Michaela, is it true that you have wrestled with Winston?
Yes, we have wrestled. No, I thought you told them that. I was like, how did this come up?
I haven't told anybody
that.
So
Can I just say, it's not in the film.
Oh. It's not in the film. I don't know how you knew that. But yes, we have wrestled a couple of times.
Yeah.
OK.
Yeah.
And is that where the finger thing comes from?
No.
You set these up really... that's a really interesting setup.
No. The finger thing was just... The finger thing was just something that I would just, like, do on set, just to, like, bring the vibe sometimes, I know. And then I would just stand a little bit. It's just what it is. It is what it is. We've been tested. We'd have to...
No, but, yeah.
And then, no, we would sometimes wrestle. Obviously, it's a bit of a mismatch. So...
She lost when I sat on her.
And then at one point, you, like, sort of used me as, like, a Hoover. Just, like, had me by the ankle and was just like, no, it was fun.
Yeah, we're close.
Yes, very. Yes.
We're close.
Because, Emma Garner, are you listening to this? Are you jealous? Because you want to be in a big stunt thing.
I want to be a Hoover.
I long to be Hoover.
Desperately.
But have you got to do stunts yet? No.
Like, no. I guess dancing in the rain, that's not really a stunt.
The dancing in the rain looked very dangerous. Don't forget that dry grass.
And here's a weird thing. Paul, I'd never heard of this before, but when you went to drama school in Dublin, Paul...
Yes.
And they made you promise not to play contact sports.
Yeah, throughout, like, yeah. So first and second year, I was like, I'm going to continue playing Gaelic football. So I made a decision just before third year started. I was like, I'm going to be doing loads of plays. I'm going to take it all... Like, I had taken it all very seriously, but I was like, this is serious. Saturday before we start on the Monday, I was like, this is my last game of Gaelic football, and I broke my jaw. Yeah. I was reaching for a ball, and this guy hit me in the face and snapped it in half. And then the physio came up to me, and he was like, looking at my jaw, and I was like, I think it's broken. And he goes, just bite down on your gum shield, and this pain went up the side of my head. But then I went in on Monday, and I was like, well, they told me not to play any contact at work. Yeah. It's the only way. I spent the first 4 weeks of rehearsals being like, rehearsing like this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is drama school.
Yeah, drama school.
Yeah, we couldn't even work out in my school.
Yeah, they didn't want us
Just
to.
yoga, yeah, it was
it's
only
ridiculous.
yoga, that was it.
Really?
You didn't want any injury?
Yeah, they told us we couldn't lift.
Same
No
in
more-
my
no more
school.
lifting.
They had to take the weights away from me. Right, mate. I'm bench pressing here. And Michaela, the last time we spoke, I May Destroy You, it hadn't come out yet. It was just the potential. And then I loved watching that roll across the world, that global success. It won the Emmy.
Yeah.
And was it after the Emmy you discovered a fan, a famous fan?
Yeah, a few. I discovered a bouquet of flowers from Beyoncé.
Oh, my God.
Which is just unheard of. I don't even know how she got my address. It's quite...
She's Beyoncé.
She's Beyoncé, and therefore it made sense.
do that.
And I
Don't do
said
that.
thank
Don't
you,
do that.
just in case you could hear me. I was like...
That is right. Are you guys in town for... Are you here for a long time, Winston?
No, we're just in and out, you know, for the premiere.
Leicester Square, lovely to see you. Yes. Wakanda Forever is out in cinemas next Friday. Michaela Gollan, Winston Duke, everybody! Woo! OK, it is time for music. This Mercury Prize-nominated rapper is back with his third album, Hugo. Here performing the current single, Nobody Knows Lattice Road. It is Loyal Corner!
I reached the black man, he didn't understand. I told the white man he wouldn't take my hand. I sat alone in the shadows of a man with these eyes closed and told myself I should have ran. I'm the boss sign and I'm supposed to have a plan, but can't think till I figure who I am. Are you lost on, or are you just another man sitting in my sunshine trying to catch a tan check? Listen, outside I can feel the sun's rain. I love it. Inside I was bumping John Wayne. I made peace, you could never say the wrong name. ADHD, reveal nothing. Guys I used to run with were steady still puffing. But what did they expect? Yo, what did they expect? Hey yo, I never used to think of the effect when my dad passed. Straight biological neglect. The other one, sunset, sitting on the steps. I was left. My mother came, heavy in her breath. There was tears on my face, transferring to her chest. I was left, and she would say he ain't coming. But I can tell him that you love him. And I would shout, nah, love means nothing. Say I wanna hug, I wanna talk, I want something. See, reach the black man, he didn't understand. I told the white man he wouldn't take my hand. I sat alone in the shadows of a man with these eyes closed and told myself I should have ran. I'm the boss, son, and I'm supposed to hide a plan, but can't think till I figure who I am. Are you lost, or are you just another man sitting in my sunshine? My eyes wide, tears cried, the news lied, but he died. So who am I? Hey yo, I'm asking, who am I? Because my kid will maybe have them blue eyes, and he won't understand the pain that's in mine. And late at night I wonder, maybe that's why. Because I never want to hear the same cry from a kid who doesn't fit in to the world that he live in. Yeah, half caste, just kidding, wear a mask, just kidding, move ass, just whip him. There's no sitting here, there's free, and not hate the tree. So how can I hate my father without hating me? I told the black man he didn't understand. I reached the white man, he wouldn't take my hand. I sat alone in the shadows of a man with these eyes closed and told myself I should have ran. I'm the boss and I'm supposed to have a plan, but can't think till I figure who I am. Are you lost, or are you just another man sitting in my sunshine? Trying to catch a tan, glory. Sitting in my sunshine, sitting in my sunshine.
Gorgeous job. Thank you very much for that. Shut up, shut up. Is everybody... You okay there? You're still on. You're still on. Okay, right. Can you shut back down again?
That's cool. I'm on. I've got space.
Thank you so much for that. Do you know anyone on the couch?
Yeah,
some people are big fans of you.
Yeah.
Paul Mescal, big fan.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and actually, you are a big fan of Black Panther, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what did you call your car?
Wakanda.
Is that still your car?
Yeah, no, it was just my first car. It was, small and black, like a Black Panther, so... It was weird to just call it Black Panther, so...
Okay.
I just pushed it a little bit.
Yeah, nice. Now, we're talking about car names. The album is called Hugo, and that is a car name connection.
Yeah, my dad taught me to drive over the lockdown, and we weren't very close growing up, and it was quite a beautiful thing. It was just driving, which all of you probably have done. When you're in a car, you're not looking at each other, so there's no confrontation. So we were able to have, quite heavy conversations, but you didn't have to see any of those heavy lines, like, land on the other person. So it was a safe space for growth and,
You say that. I just think the chances of killing your father if he's teaching you how to drive are quite high.
No, I came close.
And also of having a comfort shunt.
What's a comfort shunt?
Well, please.
Tell me that.
Your dad wouldn't like it. He wouldn't. Now, this album is presumably you're going out on tour.
Yeah, next year.
And is this tour? I think it's sold out already, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great. Congratulations.
Can I say there are still copies of my book available? It is not sold out. If it does, we'll print more.
Okay.
We're selling them at the show as well.
Of course, yeah, lovely. So here's the thing: the last tour sold out as well, right, Loyal?
Yeah.
but you gave people the opportunity to get tickets. How could they get tickets for a sold-out show?
It started with a kid tried to swap me a football shirt, a Sweden football shirt, and then I was like to people, if you've got football shirts, vintage ones, I'll swap you tickets. But then a lot of the kids were like, I'm not into football, but I want to come to your show. So I said as a joke, like, oh, if you get a tattoo of me, you can come. No. But then a lot of kids got tattoos.
We've got to... This one, you know this is an actual tattoo. What's that a tattoo of? Obviously you.
That is me on flames drinking a Guinness.
Nice.
OK.
Is that a reference to...
It's just there was a photo of me drinking a Guinness, but I wasn't on flames. It's not the original.
Yeah, the tattoo artist just, oh, I know, I'll improv here. So this tour, what are people going to do to get free tickets this time?
Yeah, I actually don't. I would love some suggestions from anyone, actually, because I'm kind of at a loss now.
Get a tattoo of me.
Yeah.
Or, like, if they meet what I did back in the day when I was, like, doing theatre, buy you a milkshake if you buy a ticket.
OK, that's nice.
But I think that was for a show that wasn't selling out.
We don't need to talk about that, Graham. We don't need to talk about that.
That was also not a yes. He said that was nice.
No, I'd go with money myself. I'd go the full Adele, 40 grand, you can have a ticket. Yeah, do it.
She does that?
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, right in here.
I promise you, she doesn't. Listen, that was a great performance. Thank you so much.
Oh,
good luck with the tour. Good luck with the album. Loyal Corner, everybody! Sadly, no time for red chairs tonight, so it just remains for me to ask you to thank my guests. Richard Ayoade, Emma Corrin, Paul Mescal, Michaela Cole, and Mr. Winston Duke. Join me next week with music from the great Florence and the Machine, BAFTA-winning comedian Mo Gilligan from Motherhood and Line of Duty, Anna Maxwell Martin, Queen's Gambit star Anna Taylor-Joy, and the boss himself, Bruce Springsteen. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
The star of award-winning series I May Destroy You. Press red to watch that on iPlayer. Graham and Boy George want more. Nothing is too much on RuPaul's Drag Race UK next on BBC One.